Hello, third graders and parents. We wanted to make a video for you this week that went over TDA evidence charts. It's been a while since we've been together, so we may have forgotten and we're out of practice, so we want to make sure that you understand the assignment. This week we are reading a story called Martina the Little Cockroach, and in that story our main character Martina is looking for someone to marry. She meets 4 different suitors, Senor Caracol, Raul, Luis, and Perez, and all of those characters treat her differently. Our TDA connection this week is 2 elements, which are characters' actions and central idea. Let's take a look at the assignment. Your assignment looks like this. It's called Martina the Little Cockroach TDA chart, and I'm going to read the prompt to you so we can find our elements embedded in it. In the play Martina the Little Cockroach, Martina met many suitors. The actions of the suitors prove the central message, be kind to others and they will be kind to you. Use evidence from the passage to support your response. I went ahead and highlighted the 2 elements that I found, which are actions of the suitors and central message. What that means is we're going to be looking into the text for some evidence, proof, of the character's actions. We want to focus on those 4 suitors only. Then we're going to make a connection or an inference to the central message. What that means is we are going to talk about why we chose that evidence and how that proves the central message. What's cool about this prompt is they told us what the central message is. Be kind to others and they will be kind to you. Well, we know that some of the suitors were not kind to Martina, and we know that one of the suitors was kind to Martina, so she was kind back to them. We need to choose 3 characters today, talk about how they're acting, and connect that to the central message. So here's how I would approach it. You can either take your Storyworks magazine that we sent home with you, or you can log into Storyworks on the computer. You need to read through the story first. Then we go back and look for some text evidence. That's coming right from the text. We're copying it. I'm going to take a look at our story, and I remember that Senor Caracol did not have nice actions. He was not kind to Martina. I'm going to go back into the text and find some evidence, an example of him being unkind. Senor Caracol was introduced in scene 2, and I'm going to highlight a piece of evidence that I think is helpful to talk about his actions. Right here it says, Caracol, shaking his head, a homemade cake? Never. I only eat from fine bakeries. Now we know that is very poor manners. If someone makes you something homemade, even if you don't like it, you act polite and you say thank you. Not only is he impolite, but he insults Martina. He doesn't want to eat this homemade cake that she made. So his actions are unkind to Martina. Martina's actions are unkind back to Caracol. I'm going to take this evidence and place it into my evidence chart. So I'm going to be on this side of my table that says evidence, and I want to make sure that I use a evidence stem. We call them sentence starters sometimes. So I'm going to write, according to the text, Caracol refuses to eat Martina's homemade cake. He says to Martina, and this is where I'm going to take the evidence right from the text. I need to remember to use quotation marks because they're not my words. When you're quoting from another piece of text, you have to use quotation marks to show that it came from that text. A homemade cake? Never. I only eat from fine bakeries. Okay, so that's good for my piece of evidence. Now I'm going to move over to the inference box, which is our own thinking. How does this prove that his actions should be kind to others and they'll be kind to you? We know that Caracol was not a kind character. He did not have kind actions. So I'm going to talk about that in my inference area. You also need a sentence starter for this. A lot of times we use this means or this shows, we care about, this tells me, something like that. I'm going to choose this shows. This shows that Caracol is not kind to Martina and will not eat the cake that she had baked for him. Okay, so I'm talking about his actions. Now I'm going to make that connection to the central message. Because Caracol is not kind to Martina, she refuses to marry him, which supports the central idea. He has unkind actions to her. She has unkind actions to him. So now it's going to be your task to fill out the next 4 boxes. You're going to go back into the text and find a piece of evidence about a different character. So this time you may choose Luis, you may choose Raul, you may choose Perez. You're going to talk about their actions right from the text. What do they say or do? Then you'll have an inference. How does that connect to the central idea that you have to be kind to others and they'll be kind to you? After you complete these 4 boxes, you'll submit it to your teacher. Down at the bottom, we're going to write you a little bit of notes, probably something good that you did, maybe something that wasn't so great you need to work on, and you'll get a score out of 4 points for your grade. Remember that we're working as a reading team, so Mr. Casper, Mrs. Feathers, or myself can all help you with your questions. Go ahead and comment in the classroom or shoot us an email, and we will be around to help you. Have a great day and happy reading!